Hello everyone and welcome on Extreme TV. Our guest for today is Mr. Romel TABAJA. He's Deputy CEO of the international reinsurance company TrustTree. Welcome and thank you so much, Romel, for accepting our invitation.
Thank you for coming to Bahrain and good to see you here.
So, Romel, can you tell us a little bit more about the culture of TrustTree?
I would say as TrustTree, Trust International Insurance and Reinsurance Company based in Bahrain, we have a unique culture which differentiates us from many other companies similar to our type of business. The culture, it comes from the norms and the visions and the value we have ourselves. And the main thing is we feel that the feeling of belongingness to the company, it's like you are belonging to a family. Yes, as I said, we have our hierarchy, we have our structure, it's there, it's implemented. But this doesn't stop us from being flexible, dynamic, and friendly culture in a way that, a simple example we've mentioned, we don't use much as Mr. and Mrs. or Sir. It's very friendly, and I think one of the important points about TrustTree, it's a young, dynamic company. The population is a young population. We have still the gray hair, the experience is there, but also there is a big contribution from the young generation. So this is, I think, what makes us different from other companies similar to our type of business.
During a number of interviews that we conducted with your esteemed colleagues from the executive committee, we have been able to speak about different technical aspects of reinsurance, but so far we haven't been focusing a lot on the future. So basically, and this is our question, what does the future hold for TrustTree? What are your plans?
I would start from saying that last year we've completed our 25th, or we've celebrated our 25th anniversary. Because of that, I said we are still very young company. We have many dreams for the future. The important thing is how to bring them into reality. Till now, we are, I would say, what we've done in the last 5 years, or five to 7 years, is to bringing our size from small size to almost a medium-sized company. So we are now there as a medium-sized company. We started our background as a regional reinsurers. I would say today we are not anymore regional reinsurer. We are proud of whom we are. We are in Bahrain, Arab-based company, etc. But I think we are not anymore a regional, especially that knowing that we have more than 30, I would say more than 30 nationality in our company, which makes us really an international company, which is part of our name. What we have to the future, I mean, as an executive team with our board and with the team actually of the company, we always start by looking what we have achieved in the past, analyzing the gap and what we want to do or where our dream is. So it's kind of gap analysis, and this is started always our concern on that is our clients, our partners. We need to always, our partners are the main the main thing on all what we do. It's satisfactions of our clients and partners. So one of the concerns we had or things that we want to do is to be able to provide our partners with all the services they need. So that means diversification more of the products that we can do. So in 2014 we've planned, because we've been always known as a non-life reinsurance company. This doesn't exist anymore from 1/1/2015 because we started the life operation as part of TrustTree. And this is what was one of the plan, I mean, to have a life operation within TrustTree. So diversification of our offering is one of the things which are planned for our future. The other thing, we want to be closer to our clients, and this is what we are doing today. Today we have TrustTree in Bahrain, we have our branch in Cyprus, we have our branch in KL. By early this year, we took a license for establishing a rep office in India, and this is now being in the process to be registered. So we will be able to be more closer to our clients on Indian subcontinent. Next week we are going with my CEO to Morocco for the opening of our new rep office there in Casablanca Financial Center. Something we are working on is China. Is another place we want to go to and establish a rep office. So this is some of the projects that we have for the future. In the next 3 years, we are focusing a lot in upgrading our infrastructure, and I'm not sure if my colleagues also have spoken about that or not, but this is one of the main projects that we have for the future, because to be able to service our partners, we need to have a better infrastructure and keep upgrading it. Definitely the IT is one of them. Those are the main projects that we are working on them for the future. One of the things that we have always is, last year we had a big achievement that we've achieved, I would say, the rating of A- by S&P. So, I mean, good, we have it. This is the past. Now the future is where we want to take further those ratings, whether by S&P or IM Best or etc. We are trying also not to fully change our model, but at least to adjust to the changes around us, because a static company cannot survive, and you need to keep to be dynamic and always responding quickly to the changes, and actually be a more of proactive. So we have one of the projects that we are trying to build more of decentralized business units, and this is why we are expanding our geographical scope. So strengthen our existing also present on those markets. I mean, for example, in Cyprus today, till last week we used to have 4 of our colleagues sitting there. Recently we've shifted or transferred 2 of our colleagues there. We are expecting by early next year to have in Cyprus around 12 to 15 people working from Cyprus. So Cyprus, which looks after Central Eastern Europe and Russia, it will be a full operation from Cyprus, and we are strengthening more and more the team there. And this is what is applicable also to KL.
If you could close your eyes, how would you imagine Trustry in 25 years?
In the next 25 years, I would say we would be still working to achieve our vision, which is being the reinsurers of choice. We would achieve a lot, but being a reinsurers of choice is not an easy thing, which needs a continuous effort and work to sustain that position. This is very, very important for us. So I would say in 25 years, Trustry would be a more modernized reinsurance company with a team of qualified and professional people with a larger number. Today, I would say we have 200 people. I would say in the next 25 years, maybe would be above 1,000 employees. And definitely would be not a medium-sized company. We need to be at that time one of the top at least 50 companies in the world.
Thank you for that, but what is the added value that Trustry is bringing to seeded companies? Maybe also in comparison with some of the other market players.
I would say the reinsurance, in a simple definition, is the capacity you provide as an extension to the capital of the seeded companies. In our philosophy, we don't see the relation with our partners as only capacity providing, because everyone else is doing that. What we bring to our clients is, of course, in addition to the the security. I mean, because we have a very strong financial or very strong balance sheet. We have quite diversified offering of products. But what makes us add value actually is that we are ready to step in to see what additional our partners need and tailor-made those to our partners. And we've done it in many places with many cedants, and they really appreciate that the flexibility of Trustee that has to be able to tailor-made products or services which will satisfy their needs.
Could you please give us an example onto that without giving actual names? Just an example for our viewers to understand.
Simple example, I would say that any clients come to Trustee or any partner come to Trustee, he will feel that we are a one-stop shop. He can very simply, very easily get whatever he needs for the security of his business under the same roof. So, a simple example, you go maybe to other partners, they might write treaty, they don't write facultative, they write facultative, they don't write treaty, they write non-proportional, not proportional. We don't do that. We do everything which may, of course, fill the gap or the need of our partner, and at the same time also secure our profitability, because at the end of the day we are a company that we need to make profit. So we don't say no, we try to always find a solution.
The right solution, hopefully.
The right solution for both our partners and ourselves.
In a number of future plans that you mentioned previously, you spoke about the Asian market. The question is, how is the Asian market and China in particular included in your strategy? I mean, what future do you see there?
Look, today, if we look at the global economy, I would say still Asia is the most growing markets, and the most dynamic and young markets. And there is a big potential to grow in Asia than any other maybe part of the world, because if you take it by number, the insurance penetration in this part of the world, or specifically Asia, is still very low, which means that there are still many or a big way to grow there, and to grow profitably, but you need to know what you are doing there. So Asia currently is around 30%. Asia, when I talk about Asia, is Far East and ASEAN countries. It's around 30% of our portfolio. We don't intend to, because the philosophy in Trustee is a very balanced philosophy. We try to diversify not only on the products, but also on the geographical distribution. So in the next 2 years, we don't see that we want to grow or to have the portfolio growing more than 30% from Asia. But definitely, to be able to grow there, we need to also, and to keep the balance, we need to grow on other areas. But as I said, the potential is still very big there. We haven't tapped into many markets. China is a huge country. China is, last year, in 2013, it was around 10% of our total portfolio. In 2014, is around 8%. But not because we didn't grow in China, but because we are growing on other areas or other markets. And the importance, if you see, as I said, 3 of our main branches or rep offices are going to be in that part of the world. We have KL existing there. We are planning China. We took the license for India. So this is the importance of that part of the world. And I think the population there is great. It gives you the potential, the big potential of growing there. But again, as other markets, you need to know what you are doing. You need to get the right people who understand the culture, who knows the business, and you need to be close to those markets. And this is why we are planning all of those offices there.
But because we are speaking about big markets and future markets, what is your impression regarding the sanctions that have been imposed on Russia recently? Has this been affecting your business? Do you feel it?
I will talk in general and then address Russia. I mean, definitely, because ourselves, we are in a financial company in the service industry, and we are affected by the general condition of the economies, and definitely any economy is affected by the politics or the geopolitics, what is happening around us. I would say since 2008, historically we faced those problems in many places because Russia is not the first country to be sanctioned or etc. We've seen that in other countries, plus other geopolitics problem that what happened around us in the area here, the Arabian Spring, etc., etc. So it's really a challenge because those are one of our core markets, and we've invested a lot on those markets to be present there or to have a strong base in those markets. So definitely it's not easy to overcome any geopolitics because it takes a lot of time, a lot of effort, and a lot of investment. Up to date, or till today, the sanction in Russia has not affected directly the insurance sector. However, because we are based in Bahrain, we are subject to the UN sanctions. That doesn't mean that we don't, in a way or another, need to be careful about other regimes like OFAC or the European regime. But this gave us a little bit an edge because I think the clients or our partners in Russia, they want to deal with companies or reinsurance companies that are not fully subject or not fully applying the other regimes other than sanction regime other than UN. So in a way, it created a challenge for us how to handle this. And the other side, it created some opportunities. And during those renewals, we've seen some opportunities because the partners in Russia, our partners in Russia, they want to reduce their dependency on other part of the world. So they are coming more to this part of the world. And this is an opportunity for us, came out of sanctions. Is it easy to handle? It's not. Yes, it's an opportunity, but it's not easy to handle and not easy to fully digest or grasp that opportunity. You would imagine that my answer would say that it affected us, our premium was reduced, etc. No, actually, our presence in Russia has increased, and as you mentioned already, my colleague who is responsible for the Russian markets is there today, Sinisha. So we are trying to, as much as we can, to stay closer to our markets, which Russia is one of the main markets we have. I think last year I would say we have above $25 million
Impressive.
from Russia on FAC and treaty business. We are a big FAC underwriter. This is also very important, and this is one of the things which make us unique in our approach. That we would go to most of the reinsurance company, and especially on Central Eastern Europe, etc. You see their main portfolio is treaties. On our case, it's not the case. It's not treaty. It's balance between treaty and FAC. I would say it's almost 50-50.
And this applies for all the regions in which you are present?
We try to apply it to all the regions, but I would say it's very difficult because it depends in each region, it depends in each country even. Like I would say today in Bahrain. Okay, Bahrain as a country size is small, but I would say the treaty premium is more because we don't have many of the big risks here, and it's not an oil-driven country. I mean, the oil is not the main part of the economy here. So they don't have those big industrial and energy risks. And in a country maybe 20 minutes from here, no, you would see the FAC is a bigger portfolio because they have the industrial, they have the refineries, they are a producing country. So it varies from a country to country more than a region to a region. And Russia, no, I think in Russia the FAC is still bigger for us because it's an industrial country. I mean, power plants, it's a huge country, a huge market for us.
As a final challenge and also a question, what would be your message to the students that you work with?
Our message is very simple. We try to deal with with the seeded companies as partnership more than business pure or I would say pure business relationship. We try always to do even more than what we can do actually to be always next to our partners. It's not only a relation of a reinsurance company and the client. It's a partnership. So we'll try always our best to be next to them, to give them the support, and we expect a reciprocal treatment, I would say. We believe in the long-term relationship. This is not something we just say it for the purpose of saying that, because many other people say that. But when you have the first problem, you will find most of them leaving you. Ourselves, no. I don't remember that in any part of our region how we have withdrawn from a market or we said that this market doesn't make sense for us. We always try to find a way to reach a win-win situation for both our partners and ourselves.
And we wish you all the best in your endeavor. And of course, thank you so much for this interview. I think we gave our viewers a little bit of insight of what Trustry is all about.
Thank you very much. Thank you for coming to Bahrain, all the way from Romania. As I said, personally, I think I was the first one after my colleagues Tunisia to know Extreme because when we started working in Central Eastern Europe, SEE, CIS, I was directly involved in that project from day one. So I was introduced to Extreme, and from the first offer they gave to us, we didn't hesitate, and we said, yes, this is kind of publication or a rich source of information that we want to deal with. And thank you for all your colleagues also.